So a TRT dose as opposed to 500 plus mixed tests a week. Within 3 weeks, cleared up. Not only in my back, my face, neck, shoulders, arms, everywhere cleared up. Not only that, but
easy. So you can lean into the movements.
welcome back to the channel. We are here with a familiar face.
Yes, Samir, Troudi, IFBB Pro.
Yes, sir. Welcome back from Sweden.
Thanks, yeah.
And you are much more tan than last time I saw you.
Yeah, I've been cheating with the tanning beds.
That just means that when we get to the back accessories, you're going to look insane, I'm sure.
Hopefully.
Your darker skin really brings out those lines.
Yeah.
Now, Samir does have a herniated disc.
Yeah, I have 2 herniated discs from last one is 3 years ago and the first one is 4 years ago.
Okay, so pretty recent.
Yeah.
He's not going to participate in deadlifts. After deadlift, he's going to do some warm accessories. So my accessories, I'm usually doing about 3 to 4 different movements. He's doing minimum 6 to 7.
Yeah.
Most likely 8. Okay. Different goals, right? My main priority is deadlift. The accessory is just accessories to the deadlift, where you're building your back.
Exactly.
It's a lot more complex.
Yeah. And,
right.
And since I have my herniated disc, I can't emphasize so much on weight, so I have to focus more on volume to make sure I get the same kind of stimulus for hypertrophy. So.
I was going to ask you, maybe it's better later in the video, but when you can't deadlift, what exercise do you find best for building a thick back like a deadlift?
I would say a combination of all the exercises that I do.
Make sure there's not any one definitive exercise.
No. I mean, like, there is no exercise as the deadlift for building a thick back. There is no. But by using all the other compound movements or accessory movements, you can still build a thick back.
Without maybe thickening your waist. Right.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't believe even that the deadlift thickens your waist, so I think that's just genetics. So.
Yeah, I partly agree with you. I think squats.
I don't think there's any.
I think squat and deadlift have some effect on that.
I mean, like, any exercise that will thicken, like the, what is it called?
Obliques?
The obliques, thanks. Will make your waist look bigger, so it's not like any specific exercise, but any exercise that thickens your obliques will make your waist look bigger. So.
I think it's also like your lower back. It's
sure,
thick from the squat that makes the illusion that it's thicker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I'd rather have a thick back and a little bit wider waist than the other way around.
Fair enough. Yeah, you mean you have to play to your strength and the cards you've been down anyway. So if you don't have a genetically really small waist like Andrew Jack,
I don't know.
You know, you're likely not going to get one.
It's impossible.
Yeah. So anyways, I'm going to get started with deadlifts, and then I guess you're going to get warmed up on the...
Yeah, I do a few exercises before, then we hook up again.
Hell yeah. We'll do the grand unveiling when the shirt comes off.
Exactly.
I think we'll do that. How many days out, by the way?
I'm 5 days out from Dubai Pro, so usually I would never collaborate with someone, but Larry asked me yesterday and I had back today anyway, so I figured I'd just hop on to the session and see what happens.
I appreciate your patience. We actually literally like almost hours before.
Yeah. So.
Hardly any notice, and then he still was happy to go out.
I have to train back anyway, so as long as I'm being careful, it's fine. So.
Yeah. You're not doing that after all, so the risk is pretty low.
Exactly.
Until we get to the things I'm doing.
Exactly.
All right, bro. Let's get started.
Yep. Okay, so this is what I call, or people in general call, a lat activation movement. It's basically an exercise where you cannot cheat and use accessory muscles or assisting muscles. So basically, if you do this correct, you have to use your lats. That way you will activate the lats the first thing you do in the workout. get some blood in the lats. So that way, when you already have some pump, when you move on to the next exercise, you will feel your lats better. So you will get a better muscle-mind connection. So what I think about here is I actually bend my arms at the end of the movement instead of extending them, because when people extend their arms, they actually incorporate triceps. So by bending them at the end of the movement, you disconnect triceps completely.
By the way, guys, I'm coming out with my own liquid chalk. This powdered chalk makes a mess. After one set, half of it gets wiped off on the bar, on the floor. Liquid chalk penetration is a bit deeper. It gets in every little crevice, and it'll last more than just one set. Why every single set? It's annoying. Stay tuned for that. Not your ass about a couple of weeks.
Thank you. Do that?
Yeah, so this is a unilateral cable high row or cable lat pull. I consider it more as a high row because you're not pulling just straight down, but you're also pulling your arm slightly back as well. And the reason why I do it unilateral, meaning one arm at a time, is that you can actually stretch the lats more and also contract it more. Because what the lat does is not only moving the arm back or down, it actually flexes the spine to the side. So when you pull down and then you flex your spine to the side, you contract the lat even more, so you get maximum contraction. So great exercise.
Last set, I did 4 sets of 2. Next week, I'm actually testing my 5 rep plus max. So these sets, I'm leaving like maybe 3-4 reps in the tank. They're pretty easy.
Are you prepping with something?
I'm doing a mock meet.
Yeah.
Which is an unofficial meet. I'll test my squat, bench, and deadlift. And I'm just a standard. I have referees judging it and everything to see what I can get here too. That's the plan. See like the difference between me when I was on whatever it took.
Do you feel like a huge difference?
In strength, yes. Like, for example, you know, when I was on peak cycle, I could do about 20% more on every lift, squat, bench, and deadlift. But see, on the smaller lifts, for example, like a bicep curl, no difference.
Do you contribute that to being less muscle, or to not using compounds that actually give you extra strength?
See, the compound I would use to stimulate the CNS heavily, like, you know, halotestin, trenbolone, you know, right. So my CNS isn't being stimulated because I've only lost 5 kg, which is like fluid retention. It's nothing. Especially on my frame, I was 122, I'm 117. A lot of people look at me in person and say, wow, you look the exact same. Granted, a bit slimmed out.
I can't say there's any difference.
You know, so, but now when I did my last deadlift cycle, when I did the 422 for 3, that was my all-time best. That whole cycle, I was only on 500 tests for about 8 weeks. And then only the final 3 days, I had a trend. And then that's when I got a huge kick from my CNS. But not only my CNS got stimulated, even my physique changed dramatically. So I'm not expecting to hit those numbers I hit with those dips I was using before. But if I can maintain like a 300 plus kg deadlift.
When you stop now, again with the church,
Yeah.
Did you also stop training heavy?
No, so
Did you keep going with the same weights?
roughly about 3-4 weeks after I stopped,
Yeah.
I started CRT. I hopped on the training program.
Yeah.
Right, so I think a lot of people also experience a really big loss because they change their training and diet significantly when they come off certain compounds. They go into like an off season.
So you didn't try to just maintain what you had by doing the same workouts that you did before?
Yeah, I changed it completely, started a new program from scratch. Like I'm only 3 weeks in, for example. I'm at the end of 3 weeks. And actually, last week, I hit a TRT PR with safety squat bar squats.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was actually PR for me on TRT. So I think I can keep growing from here. As long as I keep the dose the same, I think I can actually build from where I'm at. Yeah. I don't know how much, what that peak will be, but maybe like another 5-10%. How about you, man? How you feeling? It's all in your face. I see it all in your face. 5 days out, 4 shades darker.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a messy podium like this before?
It's triggering my OCD just a little bit. I ain't got nothing to say, just joking.
Yep. Easy. Good.
Yeah, it's challenging mostly because of the bar. When I train for heavy deadlift, I'm usually using a Texas deadlift bar. A lot of flex in it, it's thinner. This bar gives you more loading hamstrings because there's no flex in it. So it's actually a longer range of motion under load than a traditional deadlift bar.
Yeah, because the other one, it lifts like evenly. It bends, so the weight becomes lighter before you actually lift it.
Exactly. Maybe from here you're feeling a full load, right? I mean, it doesn't bend at all. But with the deadlift bar, probably from here.
Yeah.
So that extra 2-3 inches makes a big difference.
Because when I do the T-bar, I want to focus on upper back, traps, rhomboids. That's why I do the wide. If I do closing grip, take more on the lats.
Fair enough. Okay.
With this one, or?
Good weight for me to work with.
Yeah.
Maybe 7-8 plates.
Look, I'm not even going to compete with Larry. I'm not going to go heavier than this.
Comparison is a sin.
I'll take my shirt off, but I'm not going to go heavy.
Just for the record.
Catch me in the off season, bro.
Yeah. Seriously. I mean, you're 5 days out.
You're not doing it yet?
Well, 5 from like 14 now we count. Yeah. I've been like 2016. You know? I think you held me that way too long. You know, your body just goes.
Come on, Larry. Come on. Good.
There's so much compression here, it may start coughing blood.
Yeah.
2 or 3?
I had 2. You can leave the one. For your sake.
What's your brand being? All right. There. Yep.
Okay, one more.
Very round. See, there are advantages to being short. There's some advantages in life.
Look, honestly, I never suffered from being short. I know like people like to make fun of short people. But I don't see why, because I actually never had any disadvantages of being short.
I think it depends on the individual. They want to blame their height on certain things.
Good. Come on.
Got a lot harder with that point.
As you can see, this exercise is a bilateral exercise, meaning you do each arm by itself, but you can still do them together. The thing is, when you do them together, you will actually not be able to lean into the movement. So you will actually use the mid-back more than the lat, and also, so what I try to do, like the first reps, I try to just focus on one side at a time, so I do like unilateral. That way I would activate the lat maximum at least for a few reps. So basically I pre-fatigue the lat before I go into using both arms. Sometimes I can do the whole set like that. I do like 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
So the main muscle you want to target when you're doing this particular one is the lats,
The
not the
lats,
mid-back.
exactly. So, because basically what happens when you do both arms at the same time, you actually disconnect the lats a little bit and you use the mid-back more. Make sure you lean into the movement as well.
Leaning back or forward?
No, into the.
Ah, here.
Yeah, exactly. Just watch your head. Exactly.
I get a deeper contraction there.
All the way down. Then as soon as you do both arms, you will feel it more in the middle lower back. Felt the difference?
Certainly,
You
yeah.
want to use this next time?
Okay without that.
But as you said before, we train for different reasons as well. I mean, like you're just training to get stronger, and I'm training for hypertrophy, so I really have to focus on using the muscle that I want to use. So
I'm just trying to move the weight from point A to point B. Very different goal.
Nick is taking his time talking to every single person that's messaged him. He goes, the message is just flowing. It's all Europe.
Man in the building.
How are you? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good.
Yep. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. Hello. What's up, Andrew?
Yeah.
You will be a set?
Yes, sir.
Congrats.
Oh, congratulations. What?
Was that very recent? I didn't see any posts about that.
Who, me?
With BSN, yeah.
Yeah. I made a post, yeah. I didn't see that.
Samir.
Oh, you? Good?
Awesome, but yeah. It's recent. We've been in talks since March of last year. I just kept my word. They've been going back and forth. I was like, yeah, back in the day.
yeah, this time I do one side at a time as well for the same reason as before, to be able to focus on the lats and not the mid-back, and to get a full contraction and full stretch as well. So you can lean into the movement. This time I'm not going to do one side at a time, because this exercise I actually want to focus on the back, upper traps and rhomboids. So that's why I do both arms at the same time. That way I will disconnect the lat. So chest out and elbows up, and just pull with the traps and rhomboids.
Do you find this gives a better contraction than doing shrugs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you look at the anatomy of the traps and rhomboids, they're actually part of the back and not the shoulders. So the shrugs actually just lifts the shoulders up, while this one actually pulls the arm back and up. So you will actually use all of the traps and rhomboids, upper and lower.
Must say, I never need to isolate my trap because I do heavy deadlift. But
Oh, exactly.
if I needed to, though, this would be the exercise I would do. 100%. If I couldn't deadlift, I wanted big traps, this would be the exercise right here.
So what I said in the beginning,
It's a good contraction.
when we were filming Larry before he was doing his deadlifts, I said like I don't do deadlifts because of my discs, but I do other exercises that together piece by piece would actually give me the same back development as a deadlift would.
I think this would
as
be
well.
the theme of the workout, building a thick back without deadlifts.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great theme for the workout.
I think so. I think that'll be in the title.
And not to beat on my own drum, but I actually have one of the best backs in the 212, I think.
You got fall off the bone lats. You know, like fall off the bone ribs.
Yeah.
That's how you, that's what I think when I look at your lats.
Are you gonna eat them?
With some barbecue sauce, maybe.
I admit my lower back could be thicker and my mid back could be thicker, but that's probably because of the difficulty to hit them without doing deads. So your back is cleared up.
Has it?
Yeah.
I think you haven't seen it in a long time, right?
Probably not.
I got the scarring there, but the
Yeah, but scarring doesn't matter.
Yeah. The scarring's not the nasty stuff. It's the yellow blisters. Sorry. Woman likes that's right. Yeah. Actually, my woman loves popping my pimples, so she's sad they're not there anymore. She's very upset.
I think all women love pop pimples.
I hate it. Fucking hell. Then she pops it, and then she kisses it as if it makes it any better. I'm like, fuck off.
That's just gross.
Yeah. Women are nasty.
Did you do anything to get rid of it?
Well, I lowered my dose. To be honest, so lowering my dose to a TRT dose as opposed to 500 plus mixed tests a week, within 3 weeks, cleared up. Not only in my back, my face, neck, shoulders, arms, everywhere cleared up. Not only that, but my skin has a different tone to it. It's not as rough. It's like
Do you
smoother
think it
now.
was because of toxicity or because of imbalance in the hormone levels?
Definitely imbalance in the hormone levels. I got my bloods done when I was on 500 mix a week, and many things were in the red.
Yeah.
Complicated for this workout, for this clip to add everything in, like what was in the red, but a lot. What was in the red, so I was unhealthy. Now I'm gonna do my bloods again, but I'm sure what was in the red is not in the red anymore. Yeah, but the skin changes is what I noticed first. Yeah, for sure. 100%. I like to poke, but man, that thing is rock solid. And we are wrapping up today's video with Samir. 5 days out. Look, wish you all the best. Theme of today's workout, of course. Theme of today's workout is building a thick back without deadlifts. And Samir walked us through most, not all, of the exercises because you actually still have a few more, right?
Yeah, I did the 2 more before we started our workout together, but they are on the video, so Adam filmed them. I'm also going to finish with 1 cable row exercise for the thickness of the mid back as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was very good. A lot of people message me about, well, I can't do deadlift because of so-and-so, X, Y, and Z. And then people face injuries with the deadlift early on and they never do it again. That's one other video on how to get back in deadlifting if you do have a herniated disc or if you have a major injury, how you can make a comeback. But if you are dead set on eliminating deadlift, there's still a way to build a big back. And you see that Samir's back, it's all off the bone, right? It's legit. Anyways, thanks for watching. Link down below to follow Samir.
Peace.
And we'll see you guys very soon. And you'll see him in just 5 days on stage.
Dubai Pro.
Dubai Pro.